I'm originally from the east side of Detroit, actually, and then I moved to Sterling Heights, and that's where I went to Henry Ford II High School. I'm not sure if they're present today, but go Falcons. And there I got to graduate as valedictorian. It was a great experience. I didn't know what a valedictorian was until I became one, so that was really cool. I participated in school to work programs and had an amazing opportunity there after taking some accounting classes my junior and senior year, accounting 1 and 2, that really helped set me up for college. I took my school to work program and got plugged into a law firm, actually, which was really cool. And from there, I did no basketball. So in case you guys want to make it to the NBA, you do not have to be on a basketball team right now. I was actually a dance instructor. I did dance from like 2 or 3 up until I graduated. I was teaching classes, and I volunteered a lot because I feel like volunteering and giving back to your community is so important. And for those who are thinking about college and accounting, that really does set you apart, giving back to your community. Next up, college. So I went to Central Michigan University, Fire Up Chips. Anybody have the Fire Ups? I heard something. Yes, Fire Up. Yes, so I was a first generation college graduate. I went to CMU and it was an absolutely amazing time. I really hit the ground running there. I did my first internship coming right out of my freshman year with PricewaterhouseCoopers, or PwC for short, and they were amazing. I was in their Detroit office doing a START internship, which was really rotational, and I got to see a lot of different areas of the accounting sector, the tax, the audit, the advisory, and really know what it was that I wanted to go into. And I got to ask a lot of questions because people are always open to interns asking questions, and new hires, don't be afraid to ask those questions. But I was really grateful for that, and I interned for 3 summers. So right after freshman year, right after sophomore year, right after junior year, and then senior year, I had my full-time offer with them, so I decided to not intern, but instead to start studying for my CPA. So, but back to my college journey for now, I was also a part of NABA, which is the National Association of Black Accountants. So, yes, go NABA, come on, lifting as we climb. And, and we didn't actually have a NABA chapter at my university, and so after my internship, freshman year with PwC, I got introduced to them in their Detroit office they came about, and I was like, this is such a good group. I really want other people on my campus to benefit from it, and it really wasn't enough for me to have an internship already and be doing well and have mentors. I wanted other people to have that same kind of resource and connection and community on campus. So I went about taking the steps to make sure we got founded and nationally recognized and things like that. And so now we have a NABA chapter on CMU's campus to this day, and it really warms my heart the fact that other students are benefiting from something that I started as a sophomore in college. So just know you're never too young to make an impact and start giving back to those coming behind you. So you're in high school right now, start thinking about how you could give back to a middle schooler who might have some questions and things like that. I was also a peer advisor, and so as a peer advisor, I got my room cover and my board, which really helped me as I was trying to navigate finances in college, and I was a first gen, so I really didn't know about the financial aspect of college, but as you see at the bottom, I published a book as I was in college called Graduate to Freedom, and it really does help people to navigate their college finances and graduate debt-free. And so my journey was one of, I took out loans initially, not really kind of knowing any better, not knowing all that was available to me, but I was able to pay them back before I graduated, which is our non-traditional route of graduating debt-free. And my co-author of the book has the more traditional route of no loans the entire time that she was there, also an accounting major, so there's clearly something to it. So yeah, Graduate to Freedom was a book I published, and then while in college started a business as well, Jesus and Justice Apparel, which came with just, again, wanting to give back, but not actually having the funds to do it as a college student back in 2020. And so I was like, how can I give back to these social justice organizations while I'm kind of penniless at the time? And this idea came about, just created some t-shirts and started selling them, and profits got to go back to different organizations who are doing good work to advance different social justice causes. So I'm gonna go to my next slide. Certified Public Accountant, who knows what that is? Our CPAs, have you learned plenty about it today? Yes, no? Yes, head nods, okay, I'm like, please. Yes, all right. So we've learned about CPA. That is what I did after graduating college. Like I said, my company I was with, PwC, paid for my CPA, which was great. They paid for the study materials. So just never be afraid of how do I tackle this. The study materials that you get from any company really do a good job of breaking down that process of tackling each of the 4 exams, in a specific way, how you best learn, whether it be through videos or through reading the book yourself, taking plenty of notes. And so you'll see up here my study process is a picture of my actual laptop with plenty of sticky notes around it just to keep me motivated. You'll see one says, like, in the top left corner, Angel Stallings, CPA. I was not a CPA at the time, but I put it there so I could visualize it and get used to seeing my name with those 3 letters behind it. I put, like, you can do it with a smiley face, and some different quotes and scriptures that really kept me motivated throughout that time. And in the wee bit of that top right corner on my sticky note, it says, it references the quote of how do you eat an elephant, and it's one bite at a time. And so I felt like the CPA exam was a huge elephant that I was not sure if I could conquer, but I just put one bite at a time. So 1 chapter at a time is what that meant. And then even below that is 3%. So at that time, there was a statistic that only 1 to 3% of CPAs were black. And so I was like, I want to be a part of increasing that number. And so that was just all the extra motivation I needed as I was studying to keep going and letting somebody else know that they could do it too if I could. I did get a CPA bonus from my firm. That was extra motivation. I'm pretty sure it's somewhere near my sticky note. And the timeline of it was probably 7 to 10 months, just really committing to it. And so I was probably off social media during that time so I could stay focused, and I wasn't hanging out with all my friends, but they understood, and it really did pay off to really buckle down during that time of studying, because now I get to say I'm a CPA. And some of my friends, who might not have taken those social media breaks or taken time away from all the social activities are still studying even some years later. And so of course I try to keep them motivated and to keep going for it. But I definitely say the sooner you get it done, the better, because life just kind of gets busier after we graduate and things like that, and we start working, and nobody wants to be in the house studying on a Saturday night. So you do it for a little bit of time, and then it pays off later. I say I studied alone. Not saying I didn't have a support group, but I'm saying I know me, and everybody knows how they study best. So who likes study groups? Like, who's like, oh, I got to do a study group? No. So, I see a couple hands. Okay, that is fair. I know me. I'm a social person. I talk a lot, okay, when I'm with my friends especially. So I knew I wouldn't get much studying done if I did a study group. So I knew I needed to study alone and really buckle down during that time. And it really, again, it paid off. I got the CPA done, the bonus. I got my required hours that I needed. And then I started as a tax associate with PwC and their private company services group. And I really got to see a lot there. Because it was private, we got to do different partnerships. We got to do individuals, high net worth individuals. I did have a sports mind already, so if we had like some sports clients, NBA players or something like that, I would ask like, hey, can I get on this client? Just to see it, and it was really cool. So even in public accounting, you get to have that exposure to different teams that you might want to work for, different clients that you might want to look at, and I did get that exposure, but I wanted a little bit more, which is why I transitioned to my dream role with the Pistons. Initially, I came in as an accounting coordinator, and I was in that role for a year. And in that role, the day-to-day life would look like per diem, which is like meal money that the team might need while they're traveling. And so if they were traveling I think they're traveling to Cleveland today, so we're going to load some per diem for them today. But just meals while they're on the road, different hotels that they might be staying at. We would see those invoices, go through incidentals, just kind of having that detailed eye of if anything stands out or shouldn't be there. So we're saving the team money, we're saving the company money. I will also go over fixed assets. So that's any additions that we might be making to the company, like the different floors. Who's been to a Pistons game? Yes, all right. So, it's Return of the Teal right now, which is my teal picture. We had a teal court made, so that is an addition that we will make to the company. And we have about 3 different courts, or maybe 4 that we're rotating through right now. So we have our teal court, we have our statement jerseys, our blue and black court. We also have our St. Cecilia court, so that's like the green one. If anybody's feeling the green, it's kind of hit or miss on some people. And then our normal Pistons court too. So just different things like that. You get to see them while they're in process before the whole company might see them. Owner suite, we get to see that and all that goes into it. That was probably like a $4 million project. And as the accountant, we get to see it. We got to take the auditors through it as they wanted to see what all was in there. So very cool. Again, most people probably wouldn't get to see that, but as the accountant, you get to see a lot of the behind the scenes. So that was my accounting coordinator role, different box office things for the different games, the different ticket sales that we would have, and I'm trying to think of one other thing. We also have our cruise affiliate, Motor City Cruise. Has anybody heard of the G League before? Yes? Oh, great. So yeah, we have our Motor City Cruise, and I would do gate receipts for them, and I'm still currently doing gate receipts. So they're at Wayne State Fieldhouse, and just super cool to see another team under our company, but I get to see all assets of even that business as well. So I think that's been some great exposure of not just NBA, but with the Pistons, but G League as well, and kind of balancing those responsibilities. But my current role, which I got promoted to after a year and some months, is revenue accountant. So I'm still pretty fresh in this role. I'm learning a lot even as we go. But I would say my day-to-day right now would probably be going through a lot of contracts. So the different sponsors that you might see on our court, on the rims, on the big screens that you might see up there, we're going through the contracts, making sure the revenue is recognized for them, whether it be a quick, sometimes 15-second slot of some TV time, or the virtual signage you might see on the court as you're watching the game, all these super cool things. I get to see the behind the scenes, and now I kind of pay attention to them a lot more while I'm actually at the game. So very cool. So I think I went through the day of the life. Some perks though, I love basketball. I love my Pistons because I'm a Detroiter through and through. So to be able to go to the games for free is awesome. And I don't work the games, so I literally just get to go in as a fan, enjoy, yell, and have a good time, and bring a lot of my friends too. Even if I can't use the tickets, I'll give them away to family, friends, a youth group, or whatever it might be. And so I think that's a really great perk to enjoy as a sports fan. A lot of free merchandise as well. When they roll out something, they try to give us something as well. So that's been great. I do have flexibility to work from home. So if you're thinking about that, of kind of having that hybrid model, which I think a lot of companies have gone into over the past few years, but I think that's been a really big plus for me. I was fully remote in my role at PwC, which was great coming out of college. Most people wouldn't have that flexibility until later on in their career. But now, again, with kind of where work is at, having work from home flexibility is nice. I'm probably in office 2 to 3 days a week. And unlimited PTO is also great. And the biggest perk is just that it's my dream job. This is something that I wanted while I was sitting in your shoes in high school. I heard about the Red Wings accountant who got this championship ring when the team won. And I was like, I love sports. I would love to get a ring. Like, I didn't know accountants could get a ring. And so that has been my motivation. And I'm holding on to hope, not this season, but a season soon, we will get a ring. Yeah, I know. Keep hope alive. Keep hope alive. So yeah, it's my dream job. So that's the biggest perk of it all.